Imagine being 65 years old and wishing you had started today. Now, imagine being 65 years old and so grateful that you started today. That's what pushed me to start. Hi, I'm Dawn. I'm 61 years old. I'm a high level manager, an ex skating coach, and most of all, a dog mom. And a few months ago, I decided to start a different journey. I decided to do something so completely out of my comfort zone. I started a digital business. And I've been documenting that journey here on YouTube. Not because I wanted to retire, but because I wanted options in retirement. And if you're worried if you're too old, too late, none of those things are true. If you're curious about how I am building this pathway, well, you're in the right place. For a long time, I thought I'd missed my chance. I thought people who started businesses online were younger, more tech savvy, more experienced. And eventually, I realized a few things. My first realization was that retirement wasn't actually the goal here. Options are my goal. When I was younger, I was taught that saving for retirement was necessary, but more importantly, easy. Now, not so much today, is it? I was also taught that you could save yourself into retirement, but that's not true today either. In reality, things have gotten so expensive, and then inflation easily outpaces savings by a long shot. And then sadly, more and more people are not even able to retire today, which I think is personally shameful. What changed my thinking about this was simply this. Life happens. Savings consistently is difficult because emergencies happen. And things have gotten so darn expensive that saving for retirement is near impossible today. Now, options means that I have choices. Why can't we still work part-time and retire part-time or some version of that? Imagine waking up tomorrow realizing that you have choices, you have options, not just obligations. Now, once I understood that I wanted options, I had to face yet another reality. The second realization I had was I was actually a little bit fearful. What scared me was actually the technology and learning new things. But then I thought, wait a minute, I work with technology every single day in my job and always learning new things there, so why couldn't I learn this? And you know what? The technology has gotten easier and easier. It's just like, now I just another piece of technology. Oh well, I just add it in. That's okay. And so it's actually become more fun and very doable. And then you're always fearful when you're starting something new, right? Let's be honest. But I made a commitment and I said, no matter what, I'm going to keep going, keep learning. And if I make a mistake, that's okay. And so imagine yourself 1 year, 2 years, 3 years from now, where you'd be. Can you imagine having more options than you ever dreamed? The third realization was that there is no perfect time. You start where you're at. I kept waiting, and I'm not really sure what I was waiting for, maybe to feel less nervous about this. But in the end, I think it's always difficult, right, to start something new. It always is. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to take a chance. Now, while I had dabbled with other programs in the past, I knew when I came across a blueprint that it was different and it was the right thing for me. It was the right path at the right time. And I could see the end game, and I never could see that with other programs. Now, this program actually covers everything you need to begin. You learn as you grow, you earn as you grow, and there's totally a very, very clear path forward. That's what I love about it. The program also gave me the confidence because I had a strong community, and you can get all your questions answered, oftentimes within minutes. And the necessary training is right there, module by module by module, so you know exactly what to do. And you know what? Overall, I am so grateful for this program. And I can't wait to see what the future now brings. As I build this business, I learn more and more every single day. I see my future, and now, you know what? It's filled with options, more than I ever thought possible. I can continue to work and build this business at the very same time. And eventually, I'll take this business into retirement and leave my other work behind. What finally pushed me into action, surprisingly, was a video I was watching by this lady. And she was talking about her and her husband being stupid broke for retirement. And I just had to laugh because how many of us can relate to that? It's getting so hard to put money aside just for retirement today. So having an alternative income is super helpful. Eventually, I realized I had nothing to lose. Why not? And honestly, that's when really everything started changing for me. Imagine your life and where it will be if you spent the next few years just building instead of just waiting. One thing I've learned over the last few months is that action creates clarity. You don't figure things out before you start, you figure things out because you got started. Now, you know what has really surprised me is that it's not been as difficult to learn all the pieces. The pieces have actually started coming together very nicely. The biggest key, though, is consistency and striving to do better one video at a time. Now, I've learned a lot about YouTube too, and I continue to learn every single day. And the technology has actually been easier than expected. You know, as I was saying earlier, it's just, oh, another piece of technology. Okay, let's bring it on. Let's do it. I actually enjoy working with the tools now. Something that's been a little bit harder than expected has been learning how to make really impactful videos and helping people and reaching those people that are in similar situations as myself. Also, finding time is a little bit hard at first because you have to build out a routine and start getting things lined up and really get a process going. But other than that, the goal really truly is 2 hours a day, and you can get it down to that. You just get better and better, and there you go. Then all of a sudden, you're building a digital business. What I'm most proud of on this journey is that I'm helping other professionals. I'm helping them build options and see a brighter future. If you'd like to see the program that I'm using and how it's helping me build options towards my retirement, just check out the link below. No commitment, just information, guys. It's easier than you think. Remember, you're not too old, you're not too late. And around here, we don't burn bridges, we build retirement runways. Subscribe and follow the journey as I'm continuing to build options for retirement.